Hi, I'm Judy Vitale, your astrologer with ReadTheStars.com, and this is your weekly horoscopes at work forecast for May 30th through June 5th, 2016. It's Memorial Day week. Yes, it's the unofficial start of summer, but the start of summer nonetheless. It's time to take it a little bit easier, but in some ways, but in others to also make sure that we are on top of things while everybody else is running off and doing their vacations. This week we're going to get an opportunity for a new start when we have a new moon in Gemini that's going to take place on Saturday. It's in Gemini, as I stated, and that means that it has to do with the way that you communicate, especially in those one-to-one relationships. And we're going to see as we go through the events of this week that one-to-one relationships are a very big deal. We also have some interference in a way from the planet Neptune that's really going to be getting into the Sun and Venus and those planets that feel very personal to us. And also Saturn, which tends to hold us back. So Neptune sends us out to our dreams, and Saturn brings us back down to Earth. Some things that you might want to note on June 3rd, we'll have Venus square Neptune, Sun opposite Saturn, and Venus opposite Saturn. So I would not recommend that as being the best day to make major decisions or anything of that nature. So let's go through this day by day. Monday, moon in Pisces all day. Get out there in the water if you can. And with any luck, some of us are a little bit underwater because of the tropical storm, but perhaps it will dry up a little bit and you can enjoy being in the water. If not, go take a nice bath or shower. That can always help as well. It just feels good while the moon is in Pisces to connect with the water element, and that's basically what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to have a little void, of course, moon action going on the East Coast in the evening time. So if you have evening plans for Memorial Day, you should perhaps think about how they might be not exactly the way you set them out. That's okay. Tuesday is going to be a great day for work. So by all means, hit the ground running when you get into the office or wherever it is that you go to report for duty on Tuesday. The moon will be in Aries. There'll be a lot of energy, and there will be nice energy coming also from Venus and the Sun and even Saturn. It will organize our ability to reach out to people, communicate our thoughts, and get them to like us, which is all part of doing business, right? So Wednesday, the Aries moon will go void, of course, at 11:42 a.m. and stay that way till 10:46 p.m. What that means is be on the lookout for difficulties with anything like purchases. If you buy something, you want to check, make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. I would avoid purchasing electronics because it isn't like a dress or a shirt. You can't like check the seams or anything like that. Wait for a day before you do anything of that nature. And then we have the Sun square Neptune at 10:43 p.m. This is confusion. It's just not a good day for making solid decisions. Be a little bit on the lookout for that on Wednesday. Thursday, we have the Taurus moon, nice and stable again, good for business, and we'll have the moon in a trine with Jupiter. This makes everybody very expansive, but on the other hand, we will have that Taurus moon, so it's difficult to change people's minds, but it's also easy to please them. They want to feel pleasure while the moon is in Taurus. So Friday, I would put a little star next to as a difficult day, especially when it comes to misunderstandings. With the moon in Taurus, people being very stubborn in their position, we're going to have Venus square Neptune, which means people have unrealistic expectations, and that's going to be met by the Sun opposing Saturn and Venus opposing Saturn. So people are going to be called on those expectations that they have. And that could include you if you're expecting too much out of someone in your life. And there are misunderstandings. There are possibilities of third parties getting involved in relationships, both at business and in your personal lives. So be on the lookout for that on Friday. On Saturday, we have a new moon. And that means that the Sun and the moon are clustered together in the sign of Gemini, giving us extra Gemini energy that will foster communication and also help us to make new beginnings in our relationships. I know it doesn't sound like Gemini is a relationship-friendly sign, but it very much is because it determines how well we communicate in those relationships. So you're going to want to make a real effort to set out, open up the book to a new leaf or try to initiate a new relationship. It will go well if you do that. The new moon takes place officially at 10:59 p.m. On Sunday, that Gemini moon goes void, of course, at 12:47 p.m. and stays that way pretty much until the evening at 11:41 p.m. So that will mean, hey, on Sunday, just let whatever happens, happens. If you have certain plans, a concert to go to, maybe, I know I do, or anything of that nature, then you will want to make sure that you leave in ample time to make it before you wind up being late, because there could be delays and that sort of thing. Or you could get distracted in some way or another. And then the moon will go into Cancer to start off next week. This week, I will be available to you for private readings and private video readings and one-on-one communication of all kinds. Just contact me, Judy, Judi, at readthestars.com.